Now, last weekend, many of us joined with our church family across the nation to worship, learn, and take time out with God at New Wine Breaks Out. We were so sad not to be able to meet together at the Peterborough Showground, but showing that God can meet us wherever we are, in our homes, gardens, or out and about. Let's hear what God has been doing, and some silly frolics too.
Well, it's been totally different, but great. We carved out time the last couple of days by coming and camping in the Wilkins Garden, which was fun. And I, having not been to New Wine for a few years, I just loved the thought that goes into it. I particularly like the times with Pete Hughes in the morning, just joining some thoughts that I've not had before. I was challenged by really thinking through on the racism front, if the church doesn't start to move, doesn't start to speak up, then others will. I want to be part of that group that are speaking up and being active. I'm very challenged this morning just by what are our values, and just thinking about people who are in valleys, who've been going through valleys. So lots to think about, really.
It's been great to kind of set some specific time aside. I think if we had tried to do it in our house with our normal routine, I think it would have been a struggle to get us and the kids to engage with some of the sessions. But having another couple and other kids that the kids can engage with, I think it's meant that the kids have engaged with some things, and we've had each other to kind of have a sounding board and just a bit of discussion after the end of some of the talks, which have been challenging, which cements some of the challenge kind of into ourselves. When you talk it over, you hear what you say and you understand what you think, and that's been important for us. And it's been a lovely place to
Great campsite,
set aside
nice
time,
barbecue, campfire, marshmallows, you name
we
it.
can recommend it.
Give you the good reference afterwards.
I've really enjoyed watching the New Wine talks and the worship in the morning and also evening time. The worship's been really good, being able to worship God and to sing as if we were in sort of church, although I'm able to do it from my own sort of home. But I think it's the talks which have really spoken to me, and also having that opportunity and having time to pray into the big issues which are actually happening to us right at the moment. So I think it's really making me think that not just being a passive person, but I need to act and to engage with these bigger issues. And I sort of felt that New Wine has helped me.
I found so many of the online talks and seminars really helpful at this year's New Wine conference. There were sessions on parenting, on leadership, on mental health, climate change. And over the last few days, I've felt a fresh challenge to always consider the words that I'm singing to God in times of worship. They're often songs that we know the lyrics to, and you just sing them without really thinking about them more often than not. But it's important, I think, to really think about what we're singing to God, as we're not only declaring who He is, but we're often asking Him to do things that are challenging, and we're saying that we will trust Him in them. For example, the song Oceans by Hillsong has the lyrics, "Spirit lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Saviour." Those words are beautiful, but they're also very powerful and challenging. Do we really consider what that means to go places where there are no borders, to go places where we have never been before, and we really have to trust God? And I think that's just been a real challenge to me, to really consider what we're saying to God and whether we're ready in our hearts and prepared to go the way that He calls us.
Roll the dice for you.
Roll the dice in here.
Right, is it on?
Yep.
Right.
What number is that?
5. What does that mean?
5. That means nothing for
Are we just
mummy.
going till one
Yeah.
of us gets it, I think? Straight away! What number's that?
6.
6! Oh!
Okay.
Sorry.
Is it being filmed?
Sit down, please. Sit down.
Oh, I don't want to get this way. It's going to
Sit
be
down,
really
please.
cold.
No, it isn't. Mummy, it isn't.
I definitely deserve it, but
Oh, it's warm.
Sit down, please.
it's not warm.
Sit down.
Go on.
Okay, for camera purposes, we'll just move out of the way.